More FPL. With Gameweek 8 fixtures now confirmed, it's time to look at the remaining captaincy candidates. Man City, Spurs and Arsenal all have good fixtures and have a good few options between them. It'll be a shorter video than usual, with some big names like Salah and Sterling not in action. First, let's discuss options from Man City, who only managed a 1-1 draw against Villa last time out. Haaland still got a goal though, and could be a perma captain, much like Salah in previous seasons. Managers have been wary of rotation, but he started every Premier League match so far. He'll probably start in the Champions League, but got a rest with everyone else last weekend. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't start the last game before the international break. He's sometimes been substituted early, but is still 22 points clear of second place Ivan Toney. It's now 10 goals in 6 games, including 2 hat-tricks, and he still hasn't blanked. Other options from City are De Bruyne and Cancelo, but it's hard to look past the big Norwegian. De Bruyne is also not immune from rotation, as he was benched against Forest. Their opponents Wolves have struggled this season, but mainly in attack, only scoring 3 goals. They've conceded the least goals in the league so far, with just 4 goals in 6 games. More FPL. Next, let's discuss options from Spurs. It's probably only Kane at this point. He's got 5 goals and 1 assist, and only blanked, somewhat surprisingly, on the opening day. Spurs have been solid without looking that impressive, but are still averaging 2 goals a game. I feel like Kulusevski has been unlucky to be benched and could be a good punt if he starts. Also, if you think Richarlison starts again, he looked sharp and grabbed a goal last time out. Their opponents Leicester have just a single point from 6 games and 16 goals conceded. Their defensive record is only better than Bournemouth because of the Liverpool match. I don't own Kane, but if I did, I'd certainly at least consider him over Haaland for captaincy. Next, let's discuss options from Arsenal, and there are a few possibilities in midfield and attack. Jesus looked lively against Man United, but blanked for the 3rd time in 6 games. It feels like a long time since his 19-point haul against Leicester in Gameweek 2. Martinelli has been the most consistent midfielder, with returns in 4 out of 6 matches. Odegaard has been the most explosive, getting big returns in 2 out of 6 matches and blanking in 4. Their opponents Brentford have looked better in attack than defence, scoring 15 goals and conceding 9. Their last match against Leeds in particular was very open, finishing in a 5-2 win. You could see Arsenal getting a couple of goals here, but it's harder to predict who'll get them. I'd probably go Jesus over Odegaard for that explosive potential ahead of Martinelli. More FPL. Now let's look at a few differential captains that we probably at least have to consider. First is Toney, who grabbed a hat-trick in the last match, following 2 successive blanks. You're never worried about his minutes, as he's Brentford's talisman and they're not in Europe. Their opponents Arsenal have been good defensively, but if Brentford score, Toney's usually involved. Next is Mitrovic, who got another goal in Gameweek 6 against Spurs. He now has 6 goals in 6 matches, only blanking once and even missing a penalty in that one. Fulham's opponents, Nottingham Forest, have conceded the 3rd most in the league so far. Last is Isaac, who has 1 goal in 2 games so far after joining near the end of the transfer window. Newcastle are at home to Bournemouth, who have the worst defensive record in the league so far. So, what are my final thoughts on the best captaincy options for Gameweek 8? Honestly, it's very hard to look past Haaland, given the main worry is usually around rotation. Kane is probably the main other contender with a great fixture against Leicester and good form. I think going for Jesus, Toney, Mitrovic or Isaac would be trying too hard to be different. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Who do you plan to captain this week, and has this video helped you make your decision? Add your own thoughts and questions in the comments, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. Never miss a pre-season video or game week preview by subscribing and turning on notifications. More FPL.